It's a beautiful day, sunny, but cloudy. Look at those clouds. So, trying to look for a scene that I could work on even if it gets cloudy, if it's sunny, I don't know. So we'll kind of see what we can come up with here. I think that looks cool backlit like that. All right, let's go, let's go. I'm kind of halfway on the sidewalk, so I don't want to block the whole path. So unfortunately, you're probably not going to be able to see the palette that good. It's really windy, but you know what? The sun is glaring hot and it's right in my face, so I'm going to try and put my umbrella up. All right, there's a sketch. It's a pretty neat design. Okay, let's see here. All right, maybe I'll try and talk through this a little bit. So I'm establishing not my horizon line, but the line of bushes that I see back here. And in my sketch, I broke it up a little bit so it's not a straight line. In real life, it's a straight line, but I kind of like the fact that this is broken up. So I'm just going to make some marks here to kind of establish my scene. This will be the focal point here. It's not directly in the center, a little off center, but it's pretty close. Okay. So this right here, this might be the darkest dark, or back here. Not quite sure yet. Actually, you know what? I think this has to come down just a smidge. Like that. I'm just going to block in some of these shapes that I see. Okay, back here. There's a path that comes back here, which I really like. These are some really nice shapes here in this sand, which hopefully I can make them look interesting enough. That's the whole idea, is to make them look interesting. And then there's bushes and dead, what do you call it, pine needles? I think they look like pine needles or something. Interesting shapes. Okay, oh, the wind's kicking up. Okay, there's another bush right here. I'm gonna move it, so I don't want to have equal space from here to the edge, from this tree to the edge here, from here to here to here. If I divide those spaces equally, it's gonna make the painting look boring. So if I can make this space wide, short, and then this one's a little shorter than this one, I think that would work. So, and now I'm just massing, I just want to mass them in here. Okay. I'm looking at my sketch and I'm looking at the scene. There we go. I like that. That was cool. Now the sun just went away again, but that's okay because I'm just getting my major shapes here. Okay, so squint at it. You can always paint lights over darks, so go ahead and lay your darks in. Hello, hello. this part here. And look at my sketch again. This is in shadow. These are bushes in shadow. So the sun is coming from behind this way, casting a shadow here. This part will be in shadow, but right now it's cloudy. I can't see it that good. This whole back row of trees is in shade, breaking up this line. Okay, now I do see a group of trees here. Makes an interesting shape right here. Then we got this one over here. So right now this is just thin burnt sienna, very thin, and it'll actually start to dry immediately because it's so thin. All right, so let's see. Okay, so you see how these are in line almost? How can we make those different shapes? So I think this one's coming this way, this one is a little more squared off, and if I can move it up a little bit like this, that might be interesting. And this one's got, it's sparse, more sparse. So it's got like less branches, limbs, tree limbs, whatever you want to call it. Okay, then this goes off the page, off the canvas here. I want to erase some of that. If you ever feel like oh, I messed up or whatever, just take your paper towel and wipe it off. If you keep wiping it, you can get it almost down to canvas again. All right. Okay, now this right here is a group of bushes that's in the light. And then it kind of runs off like this. But I want to block this shape. Plus I see a bush here. All right. There we go.
It really just surprised me.
Okay, so this part here, there's a really interesting shape of the sand right here, which I really want to capture. That's what drew me to the scene is the backlight. Of course, the green plants in the front, these green plants in the back here. The very interesting shapes. But mostly it was this sand and this tree. I was like, oh, look at that. Whenever you see a scene where you tell yourself, look at that, look at that, that's probably the time you need to paint it. Because you could literally spend hours and hours just searching for a good subject and not find anything. Sooner or later you have to make a choice. And that's something that they don't talk about too much, is like what to look for when you're looking for a scene to paint. Like, what do you look for? I mean, that's why it's important to study the old masters and see how they see the world. So yeah, it's like finding a scene and knowing what to paint. How do you know? Well, when you study the old masters or any artist that you like, you start to see the way that interesting way that they see the world, whether something's backlit, you know, if there's something in the foreground, middle ground, background, the edges, and you'll start to see a theme, a pattern happening with their work. And especially, like, again, I'm talking like the Impressionist Monet. He did those haystacks, right? And even the cathedrals and all that. And he picked the subject and he would do it different times a day. Well, that was his thing. He was trying to capture the light, the effect of light and color. Now, for you, you know, maybe you're a tonalist painter and you really want to capture the subtle grays and the atmosphere and the softness of the atmosphere and the light coming through. And so you're going to look for scenes like that. Another painter might like, okay, the sun's coming back out. Another painter might like boats and water, and they like the reflection of the boat on the water and the light sparkling and things like this. So that's what they look for. And that can change. Your subject can change. But you have to know what to look for. Otherwise, you're kind of spinning your wheels around, walking in circles. If you know you're looking for a backlit scene with a tree, then that's what's on your mind. That's what you're looking for. All right, let me get some of these colors started here. Yellow. You know, believe it or not, there's a lot of gray in here. Okay, this is very gray over here, and then this is more, a little bit of gray in here. Not too much though. Vary the shapes, too straight. This one comes up, but I'll have to paint the dark first and then lights over top of it. Alright. I don't think I like that, but I'll have to go back and fix it. Okay. Keep going. Just want to get something down, get something going here. Okay, this is more blue. What is that? I hear the strangest noises sometimes when I'm out here. Is that like a kid or what? As long as no like mountain lion comes out, I'll be all right. Okay. Let's put some of these darks in here. Alright, so it's very cool. It's very cool here. Actually, there's purples in here. So there's dark greens and dark purples back here. Alright, this is where that tree is. And there's really pretty colors back here. Let's see if I can get some of those. Let's see. Lighter. Yep, that's cool. Goes over here. And as it comes over here, ooh, that's pretty. Man, that's cool. So I'm looking everywhere where I use that color. I'm looking at the scene and saying, okay, where else can I use a similar color like this? And it breaks up the monotony of just one color. You have all these colors going on. Okay. Let's see. Here. Let's see this. Might be too far. Okay. There's this old movie on Van Gogh. I don't know if you guys seen that one. It's like from the 50s or 60s or something like that. I think Kirk Douglas is in it. And he's playing Vincent Van Gogh. And I think his cousin Mo, I think was his name. He was a very good, talented artist. I looked him up before. But anyways, he was teaching Van Gogh, and there was he said, when you're painting impressionism, he's like, trust your first impression. You got to paint fast and you just put it down. Trust your first impression. I always remember that scene from that movie. Sometimes I recite that to myself, you know, trust your first impression. Sort of comes as an instinct, I suppose. The more you do it. Alright, so this is... Alright. There's light coming through the back here, hitting this area, which looks pretty cool. I don't know if I can capture it or not. It doesn't want to. There we go. Okay. All right. Blocking it in. Blocking it in. Again, so if this... We're just blocking in the colors right now, but if we get to the point where we get them in there and these greens look way too bright, I could just tone them down. It's an underpainting. So what's the complement of green? It's red. So I'd mix a little bit of reddish color and just go right over it. And it will knock it right down. Or if it's more gray, I can go ahead and paint grays over it. I see so much color in there. It's a lot of gray though, so I'm definitely gonna have to knock this down. All right, let's put in these. Let's put in these back trees since I already have green kind of on my brush here. So it's very gray, very grayish green, bluish color. Let me see. Oh, that's pretty close. Got a little bit of yellowy tint in it. Let me see. Sometimes grays are very hard to capture. This has to be dark, but it has to be grayish green. Close. It's not the same color everywhere, so as it bends around this way, it turns to a different color. It's kind of a warmish color. That's too much. And this is cooler right here. That's too much. That's close. That's pretty close. Alright, that looks neat. Let's see what we got back here. Alright. Now this is very similar on this side. That's pretty close. It's getting windy. It's getting windy out here. tree trunk is kind of purpley blue. Just gonna block it in. Oops, oh, I messed up that one good part I liked, I messed it up. Oh, man. All right. Okay, this is dark right here. Yeah, like that. And I think it carries over here. Something like that. So I gotta come through and adjust this edge and these colors back here some more. Ooh, there's a pretty thing happening here. All right, let's see. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. So I did deadlift yesterday at the gym, and I think I went a little too heavy. My back hurts. I guess it's all part of the thing, huh? Make sure you use good form. You use good form when you're lifting. Alright, let me see what we got here. Should be more blue, cooler. That's better. Ooh, when it comes up here, man, I don't even know what color that is. It's like a grayish purple, I think, as it comes up here. That's interesting. Now I'm going to put the highlights around when I get to a certain point. Right now I'm just trying to get it in here. This portion over here. Oh, lost the light again. You know, whenever you use the light, a good idea is to work on the sky, because the sky shouldn't change too much. That little bit over there. Okay, and there's some over here happening. Alright. So switch to the sky. sky is very bright, but it's gray. So it's got yellows in it. It does have yellow in it and some red. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see. More yellow here. Yeah, like that. See, if you don't over mix your colors on the palette, then you have all this broken color, which looks super cool. You know who paints like that? Mike Hernandez. You ever hear him? He's got like 10 colors in one brush stroke. So he must lay it on the palette in a certain way, which I'll try and show you guys. Now he mostly uses gouache, so it might be easier with this technique. But here, you guys see all these colors, yellows, red, and blues. So you can go across it like this and scoop all those up, or you can do it like this. Now I have all those colors on there. Now let's see if I can paint it on here. So let's see. All right, kind of cool. And over here, it's more yellow. Because you don't want a sky that's just one flat color. It doesn't work like that. Nature doesn't work like that. Even if you see a sky that someone painted that's all blended, it's still not one whole color. It's different colors blended together. Even if it looks to you like that in real life, move your eye back and forth, side to side, and you will see the difference. You'll see it. Some subtle cloud stuff going on here with the sky. Something like that. Some sky holes here. These are going to be branches up here. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to look at the sky right now. It's kind of a neat thing going on right here. Kind of a neat shape. Let me see what color that is. Kind of a grayish green. Yeah, pretty good. Alright, that's cool. Put a little bit of that over here. Don't forget you're making a painting. So make it painterly. And you probably don't want to fidget too much with edges at this point, because it will slow you down. So this part up here, this is actually part of the tree. Let me just block this in a little better. Around. Alright, that's fine. This right here, this is a white cloud. So So this is like a hazy white cloud that goes up. So it's very bright. You know, there's cool trails all around here, and I want to go check them out. That's neat. Remember, you're looking for interesting shapes, angles, things like this. This one goes up. Maybe I want a little more yellow in it, or a little more orange. That's neat. That's kind of cool, but I think that's too much pink.
You see yellow here? Oh, no, we should be close then. Hi. Try it.
Alright, that's neat. Okay. Now this sand down here, I'm using the color that's already on my brush, and it's darker than the sky, and it's kind of grayish pink. Let's see what we can do here. Grayish pink. That's close. Maybe a little more red in it. Okay. Now it's making an interesting shape, but it's not doing exactly what I want it to do. So I'm gonna fake it and try and make it better than it is in real life. And it turns purple. Pinkish, bluish purple, which is pretty darn cool. Ooh, that's pretty. Alright. Look at that, that is cool. And sometimes I wish I had, like I wish there was more time, you know? But you can always come back. You can always come back. Someday, I'll tell you what, on a gray day, when it's really overcast and gray all day long, the sun, the colors and lights will stay the same for most of that day, from morning to night. So if you ever want to do a long-term painting, spend all day on it, that's the day. You could probably spend 12 hours outside painting on that. Alright, so this path comes forward. And as it comes forward, it gets grayer and darker. But it's still, let me see what color this is. Let's put that in there. That was kind of cool. looking kind of neat. Okay, so this comes over like this, and then this is blue. Or purple, I would say. Squint. No, it's too bright. It's kind of interesting.
Смотри, какие там фотографии.
Hi.
Hi.
Alright, this is where you can draw this over here so the path looks like it's going back. So let's do that. Oh, that's cool. Alright, so this here, let's see, more red. It's kind of purple, kind of purpley. Here. Let's see. Ooh, that's pretty. It's one of those ideas where there's like, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's like all those colors in there. If you can leave that alone, if you can get it close enough and leave it alone, and you know, if you're a student artist and you're learning all this stuff, that takes a while to get used to figure out what the heck to leave alone, because you want everything to be polished and awesome. But, you know, with practice, you will learn. Alright, so I want to block this off. There's like green here. I'm gonna switch my brush. Green here. That's good enough. Just block it. Block that path from going out. I want you to go zigzag like that. Alright. Let's see. Okay, the sun came out again. Oh. Too much green. Better? Alright. So take a minute and look at it. I'll tell you what. It's looking cool. I see one thing though. So if you see all these brush strokes here, they're leaning like this. And it's kind of making you want to lean this way. So you gotta like stagger some of them So one way to do that is just, when I see this blue color in here, I see one over here going that way, opposite. Yeah, see that? There you go. Now there's a lot of divots here in this sand, like holes and stuff, but I don't want to put all those in there. I feel like that's too much from what I see. So I'm gonna make the decision not to put those in. There we go. Break some of this color up. Okay, that's cool. Okay, this part here. Let's block this in. Am I mumbling? Let's see. I'm hearing something back there. Is that a woodpecker? Maybe it's a woodpecker. And this over here. So if you guys have seen my other videos, you'll see that like sometimes I get to a block-in stage, and then I work on it more like a day later or 2 days later or something like that. It depends on your vision. What are you trying to accomplish? You know, and don't put, I mean, you may see these people doing these huge paintings in like an hour or something, but what do you want to do, really? I've seen painters, you know, work on a painting for months. Even some illustrators, you know, they'll work on paintings for like months. If you have the budget and you can do it, or maybe it's just your hobby and you just enjoy painting just for the act of painting, you know, go back to the same place over and over. Who cares? Look, lighter and grayer, but still warmer. Yep, like that. This is interesting right here though, because there is bright orange in there. That's cool. Some darks here, but bright oranges too. Kind of neat. And if ant crawling in my pants again.
Very nice.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, thank you. Okay, this over here. Let's do that. We gotta do this and this at least. At least get that done. So let's do that. Alright. It's cool. And here. I'm hearing that woodpecker again. Okay. So now this, now look, I still have this thing going like this, and I want to bring it back. So there's green here, green highlights. I could use that. And then over here, this area is, I'm bringing more of this color over here. It's not that bright orange. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Now you can leave some of this orange popping through here and there. Kind of adds vitality to the work. And you might see other artists do that. I think Jennifer McChristian does that. I think that's her name. If you look at her painting, she's got like that orange speckle all over the whole painting. She lets it show through in the underpainting, and it creates a vibration in the work. It's very unique. Everyone's got their little things that they do, you know? It just takes a little time to learn what yours is. I'm just gonna put a couple of those in there to break that warmth up. Okay, this thing here. I gotta fix this and that. I think this is like it. Man, that's hard to tell. No, it's probably more. I think it's too blue. That's closer.
Looks good, man.
Hey, thanks. Thank you. Hey. Whoa, I think I can hear the train from here. That's weird. The wind must be blowing this way. How else can I hear the train? And it's loud too. Wow, that's weird. It's rumbling the ground. That is weird. That is weird. Okay, now you can work on some of these edges here. You know, kind of loosen them up a little bit. And of course, don't forget your sky holes. And don't look directly into the sun, which I just did. Now this color here, these greens, they work their ways down here like this. See what I'm saying? Like that. Even over here, got a couple little ones. And you got one up here. Well, that's what's fun too, is like if you play around with your brushes, like pushing the paint and pulling it, just experimenting and having fun with it. You know, that's what art is so cool, because you can have someone like Edgar Payne. If you look at his paintings, he uses a lot of flat brush work. So he will take his brush like this, right? Not like this. He will actually load it up and drag it this way. And then leave it alone. And then mix it next color. Drag it next to it, next to it, next to it. Like he's chiseling a sculpture. And if you look at that, and then you look at someone like Jamie Wyeth, he's just painting like, just his emotions are coming out. Like he's like, if there's a video online of him painting, Jamie Wyeth, look it up. He's painting a painting called Inferno. And he's spitting on it. He has paint all over his face, and he's he's incredible. He is incredible, and he gets a completely different look, but it's still amazing, like totally amazing look. Just two totally different approaches to art, still good. Both of them are still amazing. So that's what makes art so cool to me, is just all the different ways to go about it. That's like when I see an artist who paints like with their own voice, even if it's a little wonky or not completely realized yet, it's just, it attracts me, it draws me in, you know, because it's something new I haven't seen before, and it's their own thing, their own style. Very interesting. There's one guy on Instagram. I'm not sure if if that's his name or not, but it's Per Adolphson, something like that. PERAD, whatever. But he uses color pencils, right? And he paints he draws the landscape in such a unique way that I've never seen before. And it's amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. I haven't put any highlights in yet. Let's see if I can. I'll try and put some of these in here. You know, even though I don't really look at that much at new artists, just because I feel like it distracts me from my own work. So, I mean, I peruse around a little bit here and there, but I don't spend days and hours and, you know, all that just trying to look around, because, you know, you can waste a lot of time. Plus, all that stuff can get into your head, and then you start thinking, my gosh, there's so many good painters out there. It's like, where do I fit in? But you do fit in. You do fit in. You got your own thing to say. Now it's up to you to say it. But get to work. Stop watching YouTube videos. Except mine, of course, you know. Keep watching mine, but, you know. No, I'm just kidding. Really, though, go do some painting. Get inspired. Get out there and do some work. The world needs to see your art. The world needs to see what you can do. All right. Let me touch this up a bit. Oh. This is actually dark back here. I think I'm gonna put some tree holes in here, little sky holes. So you know what? Like the colors are changing already. So all this color is now turning like pinky orange. The sky is turning pinkish orange. No, that's another cool thing that you should maybe consider doing, is keeping an extra small canvas in your bag that's ready to go, that's ready to paint. And what you do is, at the end of your painting session, clean your palette real quick. Because man, sometimes at the end of the day, the light is just singing incredible. And if you're not ready for it, you're gonna miss it. Oh, okay, that was a mess up. So I'm getting a reflection from something. Where's that coming from? I think that's coming from the camera. Alright, so this here. Let's put some of these branches in here. Kind of a neat color. It's almost like a sky color. Let's see if that'll work. That's what I tell you, you can't paint dark over light. Exactly what I mean. And squint, that's not the right color. Lighter. That might be too light. Yeah, that's too light. That's better. Oops. Actually, no, that's actually there. Sorry. If you get to a point in your painting where you feel like it's a little messy or you don't know what the heck's going on, which does happen, guess what? It's all right. You can fix it. Not only that, you're not even halfway done yet. So don't be getting discouraged just because it's not looking like you expect it to already. Alright? Because it will. Alright, let me put some of these over here. Highlights peeking through. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, we're getting there. There's a nice cool green on this transition here from the shadow side to the sunny side. Now, you know what? In this mass here, there's like little bits of orange. Couple little doodads of yellowy orange. Just to break up that shape. Don't overdo it though. Make sure to vary them. Like this is too close to that. Knock that down. Make the shape different. Add some white. Okay. Now there's a really cool. This color here is over here, and I like that. I think I'm gonna try and put that in real quick. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. This is all in shadow right now. Completely changed. Oh man. Well, that's part of the whole thing, isn't it? Alright. So there's some leaves here that are backlit. Put those on. Is this thing still recording? Yeah, still recording. Alright, so squint at it. Kind of yellowy, grayish green. You guys hear that car? I hear that every night. I'm trying to sleep. Cars driving by in the neighborhood all fast. It's like, guys, people are trying to sleep. Kind of interesting, kind of weird. This weird shape here. I need the shadow side. I need the shadow side in there. And it's cool brownish, I think. Yeah, something like that. Oop. Put a couple of these up here. This, I want this to recede, so in order to do that, this has to be cooler and grayer. Something like that. And I'll probably have to bring that dark on top. But again, keeping it cool. Keeping it cooler. All right. Well, that's interesting. If I step back and squint at it, my eyes kind of go on here, and that's not my intended purpose. So I can tone this down and then bring some of those yellows over here where the light was hitting. It's not hitting there anymore, but that's okay. We can fake it. Just let the brush dance around a little bit. Make some cool shapes. Need some cool shadow side here. That's too green. Yeah, that's interesting. Now, to get back to this one, complement of green and yellow is purpley red. So let's try and do that. Let's try and put a little bit of that in there. There we go. If you get it in the close enough value range, then you'll be all right. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's better. It's not popping as much as this, but I do want to put some of these little yellowy orange bits in there. So let's see. And I do see them in there. Like, I'm looking at the scene and I'm trying to find that color, and I see it. I see it in there. Ooh, there's a lot of it right here. Looks cool. Very rusty looking color. get my shape right. Okay. This has to change. There's a little bit in there, but not that much. So let's do this. All right. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna overlap some of these greens right here, and then I think we'll call it a day, depending on what time it is. Let's see, let's grab a brush here. Okay, so too bright. But it's all in shade now, so I'm trying to guess. That's kind of cool. You basically just want to break up these shapes in an interesting way so that your eye wants to travel through there. All right, let's put one right here because I see that one there. All right, this is a good start. This is a good start. This is a good start. This is a good foundation. This is a really cool foundation. All right, let me show you what this view looks like because it's pretty neat. Pretty, huh? Man, it's beautiful out here. Look at that. That's cool. That's not the moon, it's a cloud, but look how cool that looks. It's pretty cool, right? It's cool. I wanna walk back there, but I never been back there. Man, maybe I'll get my painting gear together and go hiking back there real quick. All right, here's the final. There's something about this stage that looks nice, very spontaneous and very loose. But there's a part of me that wants to take it a little bit further, so I may work on it some more. We'll see. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. All right, until the next one, take care, guys.